So we now go to the second semi-final of the Visitors Challenge Cup. If you've just joined us, earlier on we saw drama as Cal Barkley and Newcastle University clashed early on in the race. The umpire ordered them round and eventually Cal prevailed, but this has got a feast on all of its own because it's Cal Barkley's arch rivals on the west coast of America, the University of Washington. They're on the right of your screen, the Huskies. Against them, the fantastic crew from Sydney University, or Sydney Rowing Club, beg your pardon, and they are in the white boat and they are leading the Huskies out at this stage. And I'm delighted to be joined by Annie Vernon, who won a silver medal as part of the British women's quad in the Beijing Olympics, and she will now give us her wisdom over the opening stages of this race. Annie.
Yeah, this is an incredible race between two very high quality overseas crews. You can just see the guy sitting at the back of the Sydney boat. So the guy at stroke is actually the record-winning crew for Harvard in previous years. So he holds the course record for this crew, gone back to his native Australia, and it looks like he really does know how to win this event as they're powering away from the Huskies.
So we recorded the start of that race for you to watch, and well, there's a forlorn look round from the bowman of the University of Washington crew, and Zach Hirschberger will know that probably his race is done. We're looking at Finn Schroeder, the stroke man, the 22-year-old from the Mike Callan coach crew, the most powerful university program in the world today. They have got so much financial backing behind them, but it's not good enough to beat this crew. Beautiful technique, these Sydney boys. And Josh Hicks, the man with the cap in the stroke seat, probably one of the best rowers in that boat from Sydney Rowing Club. Rowed down there on the Parramatta River. If you know that part of the river, just by Hen and Chicken Bay, it's a beautiful part of the river, but it's quite tricky conditions down there in Sydney, and they will be used to the swells and the washes on the Parramatta, and that's what makes them such a good crew here on the Henley course, Annie.
Yes, in fact, I think there's some interesting things happening at Sydney Rowing Club. They've recently recruited a new head coach, Tom Morris, previously with the national setup at Canberra. He was in charge of the development side, taken over at Sydney, very ambitious to move this historic club on. And you can see the result of that because there's 4 Sydney crews who have travelled across the world to compete in Henley Royal Regatta, and I must say all of them have been very strong. I have, and great credit to their South African coach, Don Check. I think he was Olympic silver medalist in Athens in the pairs. If memory serves, in Athens 2004. And it's always a hallmark of the Sydney crews that they do row technically, proficiently and beautiful. So we've got Josh Hicks, Scott Woodward, and then Ben Coombs in the bow seat. Cam Brewer, if you're watching back in Australia, they will progress to the final. We do not get the Bears versus Huskies match that we thought we might between the University of Washington, they're known as the Huskies. It will be the Aussies versus the men from California. They will go to the final of the Visitors Challenge Cup. And we wait for the men from the University of Washington to cross the finish line. A emphatic victory from the men from Sydney Rowing Club, who will face Cal Barkley in tomorrow's final. And there's 3 cheers and a great race.